Welcome back to Melanie Loves Death Metal. I am back finally. I wasn't really gone that long, but I wasn't planning on making a video today. But I was unpacking all the stuff we evacuated with the last couple of days, and then finally getting around to reorganizing my cassettes and storing them in the racks that I put behind me, which you can't see in this current camera view. But just trying to get back to normalcy, which seems kind of like I feel bad saying that because there's a lot of people around me personally and just within my, my hometown where I live who don't have that luxury right now. Having two hurricanes hit within a matter of 2 weeks apart is crazy. Helene was not a direct hit on us, as I mentioned, but just created catastrophic devastation on the Gulf Coast, in my town and other towns surrounding us. Then Milton came. It ended up making landfall about 40 miles from where I currently live. Where I was evacuated to, and my parents was 60 miles, so we didn't get the direct hit impacts, but it was a huge storm. We were on the northern side of the eye wall, which got the most wind and rain, so it was insane. It was intense. I've lived through several hurricanes now. When I lived back out in Connecticut, I lived through Hurricane Sandy, which was not good, and then Irene, which was another one that was not good. But nothing really, really compared to what we just went through with Milton. Southern parts of Florida, like Sarasota, Fort Myers area again, were once again devastated by this after they just were trying to pick up and rebuild after Ian from a couple of years ago. And then now the Tampa St. Pete area has officially gotten that direct hit, more of a direct hit, I guess you could say. It wasn't directly on Tampa. People get really like nitpicky. Brother, it was still a fucking hurricane. People still lost everything. They lost their homes. People died in tornadoes. People died in flood water. People just everything. So like the nitpickiness, fuck off with that. That I had to block a couple of people on my last video who were doing just that. Oh, Tampa was spared. You guys didn't get anything compared to what Sarasota. Are you fucking kidding me? Turn the news on. Get out of your little bubble here. Yeah, they were devastated too. Like comparing devastation in a hurricane or a natural disaster is absolutely just garbage. You're a garbage human being that thinks that way. And I don't care that you were a follower of mine for a long time. Your ass is blocked and you're never watching my shit again. So unfortunately, these things bring out the worst of people. And they also bring out the good of people. And a lot of stuff has been going on around us where people have just been coming together as neighbors and helping each other out. We had a tree down on our neighbor's house. They're completely fine. It's finally been removed, but like picking up all the debris, helping out people who need gas for their generators because we're in a fuel shortage right now, trying to get water to people. Like there's just a lot of good going around, which unfortunately you don't always see that on social media. So trying to get back to normalcy here, even though I've got guilt about it. It just, it is what it is. But while I was unpacking and organizing yesterday, I got into a bit of a demo stack deep dive in my listening repertoire, pulled them out. I packed up a lot of these with me when we evacuated. None of these are OGs, not directly from the band or anything like that. They're all like tape trader bootlegs. People that have dubbed themselves. I've either gotten them off of eBay. I got them through trades. People just had them in their collection, probably bootlegged them themselves. I traded, back when I was just digging for death metal. So none of these are like officially directly from the band. They didn't like make these, they didn't dub these copies and hand them out to me at a concert. Like this stuff came out before I was even born. So like, or even when I was like 2 or 3 years old, like there was no way I'm ever going to be able to get those. But these are things I do collect and I do try to get them in my collection. These are tapes that I are like my most prized possessions in my tape collection. that I know that they're worth absolutely nothing, but they're what I want, and so they're worth everything to me. So I've been listening to them. I listened to them the last couple of days, and this also was a big inspiration because of Mike Abominator from Ruin, the death metal band. He has a new YouTube channel called Welcome to Hell. He has awesome videos called demo stacks that he does, and he does deep dives of these demos that he has in his collection about how he got it, how he knows the band, what the scene was like back then. He's playing snippets of the music and just awesome videos that are really, really getting me back into wanting to only collect this stuff for my tape, which is not good because even though these might not be OG copies, there are people that are really price gouge the shit out of you on eBay and Discogs. Like they'll sell a dubbed bootleg that they probably made themselves for like 50, 60, 70, $100. It's ridiculous. But there are some sellers that will do it for like $5. And some, obviously, again, they're making money off of it and it sucks and people have their things about this, but this is, I don't know, tape trader demos. I don't know what the fuck the bootlegs or whatever they're officially called is just kind of the way it is for these things. Like some of the stuff, there's just no way I'd ever be able to find an original copy. I mean, obviously Ken from Ken's Death Metal Crypt back when he was still doing YouTube and stuff, like he showed off things that he got directly from the band. Like those are the OG, like original releases and stuff like that. Well, but all of these are just they're homemade. So there's nothing like professional about them, with the exception of one that I'm going to show was a reissue that Necroharmonic did because I just pulled out all of my demos for them. So let's go ahead and get started. This one needs a new case because it just fell. So I pulled out this one, Ashron Eternal Suffering, and this is not the same Ashron with Vincent Crawley. This is an Ashron band from Australia that later had to change their name to Abramelin or Abramelin, I think is how you say it, due to there being confusion of Ashron. At least that's what I understand. But this is by far one of my all-time favorite demos in my collection. I absolutely love this. This is super underrated death metal in my opinion. Like I said, they're from Australia. This is their first demo from 1990. There's nothing on the tape. It's just a plain blank tape, but it doesn't matter because both sides is the same on each side. It's been dubbed on each side. So also, apologies if you can hear my incredibly loud children. They don't have school still. Their school is still closed. Many of the schools in the area are still closed because they got storm damage. I think they're going back tomorrow though. So yeah, unfortunately that's the woes of recording from home when my family's here. But I am back to wanting to get back to normalcy, like I said. But yeah, got a break from work today and decided to utilize it, get a video out. So yeah, back to Ashron anyway. Awesome demo. If you've never heard this, definitely listen to it. I'll find the YouTube link for it. I know it's in full on YouTube. This particular demo I got from a seller on eBay who was out in Germany. And he was selling it for $5 US. No, $6 US, I think. It doesn't matter. That's $1. And I also got free shipping because I bundled it with a bunch of other tapes that I bought from him. They were not just these bootlegs. There were other tapes, like I got Unanimated and a couple of other releases that he had, like Darkness Shall Rise production tapes that were sold out and stuff like that. So I threw this in there when I saw this one and then the next one I'm about to show you. So I got lucky, I guess you could say. You can definitely find this on Discogs and eBay. People have dubbed them their self. Again, just it's a blank tape. There's nothing on it, like no print or anything. But it's 4 tracks: Eternal Suffering, Morbid Love, Cold Blood, and Penetrate Thy Hymen. All incredible, in your face, aggressive, raw sounding, shitty sounding demo, which is just absolutely what I chase when it comes to death metal most of the time. So awesome stuff. Now for their new band, the new Abramelin, after they changed it, they have several other releases out. They have studio albums out. They have 4 studio albums out. I've never heard anything past their solo studio album that came out in 95. Like they have Dead Speak, Never Enough Said, and then Sins of the Father. I've never heard those, and I actually am going to go back and listen to them. But this is a fantastic demo, so definitely check this out. And like I said, I will post the link in the description for the YouTube channel for you to go listen to it. Another one that needs absolutely no introduction, and goddamn, this is a holy grail if I were to ever find like an actual legitimate copy of this somehow. I would spend so much money for it, and that is the Autopsy demo from 1987. Again, tape trader bootleg, just a plain white tape, nothing on it. I got this from an eBay seller, $5. I packaged it with a bunch of other things that I bought from him. He was out of the Ukraine. So yeah, like look at that. Like this is bootlegged. But it sounds really good. It sounds like the Autopsy demo that I'm used to hearing on YouTube and stuff like that. Autopsy is by far one of my favorite death metal bands, and they even went as far as putting in the little Xerox sheet here of the lyrics. But yeah, I mean, this needs absolutely no introduction. This is just iconic here. I do have this on several comp CDs and stuff, but I'd snagged it again, $5. It couldn't be beat. So just there. That's just a piece of paper Xerox. This is Autopsy at their best, in my opinion. I mean, I love Autopsy. I love a lot of their studio albums, most of their studio albums, even the newest one that came out recently. But this is just raw, in your face, high pitched, just brutal death shrieks. So good. It's so good. I love this demo. So again, this went with me when I evacuated. I know it's ridiculous. Like there's so many other tapes that are probably actually worth something in my collection, but I'm choosing the ones that are actually just sentimental to me and ones I don't want to not have. So, but this is one that I would love to own, like for realsy, if it were ever possible. I know I've seen it. I've seen it for sale. I've seen it for sale on Discogs. I've seen it for sale on eBay, and I don't know the accuracy of them and stuff like that. I just never pulled the trigger, but I would pay good money to own one for sure. And then finally, the last things I want to talk about are by far just some of my all-time favorite death metal, and that is Crematory. This needs absolutely no introduction. I got these two from that same seller on eBay a while ago. It was a long time ago, and I recently went back and looked, and he's not even active anymore, so he might have gotten the boot, or maybe he was heavily impacted by the war that's going on over there. I don't know, but I got these two demos because I love Crematory, and yeah, they've done nothing since 1992 when their last demo was out. But this is one of those underground, culty, Swedish death metal bands that I am obsessed with, and I cannot wait to try and like complete the pack of demos. So the first one that I was listening to yesterday is the Exordium demo one from 1990. Again, it's just a plain tape. There's nothing to show for the tape. So good. Yeah, they came out with Mortal Torment in 1989. It was just one track demo that eventually got put onto a Denial compilation that Necroharmonic put out. But I would love to own that one little demo. There's that one that I don't own, and I also don't own Netherworlds of the Mind, which came out in 1992. I've never seen those two things out in the wild, but I have seen these several times. People have duped this and dubbed this over and over and over again. And then obviously Wrath of the Unknown, which to me is my all-time favorite Crematory stuff. This demo is just perfect. Oh God, my kids, man. My youngest has no volume filter. He does not understand. Like he'll be sitting right in front of you and just volume time screaming in your face. What is with that with kids? But anyway, so I was listening to these, top notch. And then I pulled out the Denial EP that Necroharmonic reissued a couple while ago, actually. It's just this purple tape. I've shown this off on the channel before. I love this EP. This is so good. This is from 1992. This is not the compilation that he also put out, that Roy also put out with all of their stuff. This is just the EP itself, which is one of my prized tapes. I will never get rid of this one. I love this EP. This is by far one of my all-time favorite EPs. So yeah, it was Necroharmonic and Parasitic. It was a split release that they did. So yeah, those are the demo stacks that I've been listening to. I will link all this stuff in the description of the YouTube videos of where you can go and listen to this. Again, can't tell you where I could get in these. Like, this is out of print. I don't think he has these for sale anymore, but you might be able to find it on Discogs and stuff. Probably for a stupid price. And then the rest of this stuff is just dumb luck that I came across while I was searching. Eventually, someday, I'll probably buy more. I'm going to go search some more. Again, Mike's channel, he's been showing off some stuff that I want. So now I'm going looking for it, which is just not good. But this is why I started collecting tapes again, because I want these demos. Like, I'm not one of those people that's like, I only prefer the demos, but there are a few cases where I only prefer the demos. But some of my all-time favorite death metal here. So decided to do a little bit different video today. I hope everybody is doing well, and I will see you guys in the next one.